I love that it's fun and loud. I still stick with kind of the same like folk poetry lyrics, but the production route I'm taking with Linda Perry.
You won't believe what Michael Jackson's daughter just revealed about the secret upstairs of Neverland. After years of silence, she's finally opening up about the hidden truths and memories that have never been shared before. The story behind those mysterious rooms will shock you and change everything you thought you knew about the King of Pop's private world. Get ready for a revelation that's raw, honest, and impossible to ignore. Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch was a place like no other. A sprawling estate filled with a private amusement park, a zoo, and lush gardens. From the outside, it looked like a magical world, almost like a fairy tale come to life. Fans and the public saw it as a joyful escape, a wonderland created by the King of Pop himself. But as with many fairy tales, there was a mystery beneath the surface, something that wasn't openly talked about. For years, rumors swirled about secret rooms and hidden areas, especially the upstairs part of the mansion. People wondered what was really behind those closed doors. Why were certain rooms off limits? What was going on in the spaces that no one ever visited? The speculation grew, but no one who was close to Michael ever spoke publicly about it. Until now, Paris Jackson, Michael's daughter, grew up at Neverland and saw the ranch from the inside. She has always been private about her family's personal life, but in a rare and emotional interview she finally opened up about the mysterious upstairs area of Neverland. She shared that even as a child, she didn't fully understand what was happening there. It was a place that was kept away from her, almost like a secret zone. She described moments when she would be downstairs doing her homework or playing, while upstairs she could hear thumping and stomping sounds. Those noises came from her father practicing music, working tirelessly. Paris said she worried about him sometimes, wondering if he ever really rested. She never got to see or explore that upstairs space, and to this day, she doesn't know everything that happened there. Her words surprised many people. They gave a glimpse into a side of Neverland that the public had never really known. A place where privacy was fiercely protected, even from those closest to Michael. This revelation made people pause and question the stories they had heard. Was the upstairs simply a practice and work area? Or was it something more? There had long been speculation about secret passages or hidden rooms designed for privacy, and Paris's description seemed to confirm the ranch was built with very specific boundaries in mind. Some reports said the master bedroom had alarms to prevent unwanted visitors, and that it was connected secretly to guest rooms for children who stayed over. These details added to the mystery of Neverland's design, crafted not just for fantasy but for control over who could enter certain spaces. Despite all the rumors, Paris's memories of Neverland's upstairs were tender and without accusation. She spoke lovingly about her father and the sounds of him rehearsing, but her honesty brought renewed attention to the unanswered questions surrounding the private life of Michael Jackson. Her revelation reopened global discussions about the true nature of Neverland and Michael's world, reminding everyone how little they truly knew. For many, this story didn't just add mystery, it humanized the pop icon, showing a father who worked hard, struggled with exhaustion, and kept parts of his life hidden to protect himself and his family. This glimpse behind the curtain of Neverland through Paris's eyes offered both warmth and unease. It was a place of magic, yes, but also of secrets, carefully guarded. The upstairs remained a symbol of the unknown in Michael Jackson's life, sparking curiosity, debate, and a deeper understanding of the complex man who created this extraordinary yet enigmatic world. Michael Jackson's journey from a challenging childhood to becoming the undisputed king of pop is a story of extraordinary talent, relentless determination, and the complexities of growing up in the spotlight. Born on August 29, 1958 in Gary, Indiana, Michael was the eighth of 10 children in the Jackson family. His early life was far from easy. The Jackson household was full of music and dreams, but it was also a place where discipline was strict and often harsh. His father, Joe Jackson, was a steel mill worker who also managed the musical careers of his children. Known for his tough and sometimes abusive methods, Joe pushed his kids hard, believing that success demanded sacrifice and discipline. Michael's childhood was marked by both the joy of music and the pain of a demanding upbringing. He felt lonely and emotionally worn out at times, caught between the pressures of his father's expectations and his own emerging talent. Yet, even in those difficult circumstances, his passion for performing shone brightly. At the young age of 6, Michael joined his brothers in what would become the legendary group, the Jackson 5. Initially playing instruments in the background, it didn't take long for his energy and unique voice to propel him into the spotlight. The group toured tirelessly, performing in small clubs, theaters, and sometimes unusual venues like striptease shows, all in the relentless pursuit of recognition. Their big break came at Harlem's Apollo Theater during an amateur night, which caught the attention of Motown Records. Signing with Motown was a turning point for the young group. Their first hit, I Want You Back, soared to #1, followed by other chart-topping singles like ABC and I'll Be There. Suddenly, Michael was a teenage sensation, a charismatic frontman whose voice and moves captivated audiences worldwide. But his ambitions went beyond being the lead singer of a boy band. As he grew older, he sought more creative control, wanting to write his own songs and shape his musical identity. In the mid-1970s, the Jacksons left Motown for Epic Records, marking a new chapter. It was during this period that Michael met Quincy Jones, a legendary producer who had become instrumental in shaping his solo career. Their collaboration began with the album Off the Wall in 1979, which was a fresh, funky record that blended pop, soul, and disco. Hits like Don't Stop Till You Get Enough established Michael as a solo star and showed the world that he was more than just a boy band member. Yet, Michael wasn't satisfied. He believed he could do something greater, something historic. That determination led to the creation of Thriller, released in 1982. The album was revolutionary. It combined infectious beats, innovative music videos, and genre-blending songs that appealed to a wide audience. Thriller shattered records, became the best-selling album of all time, and forever changed the music industry. Michael's signature dance moves, especially the moonwalk, became global phenomena. He was a visionary artist who pushed boundaries, broke racial barriers on platforms like MTV, and redefined what it meant to be a pop star. However, fame brought with it intense scrutiny. While Michael's success soared, his personal life became a subject of public fascination and rumor. Despite these pressures, he continued to create music that inspired and influenced generations. His subsequent albums, including Bad, Dangerous, and Hey Story, further showcased his talent and commitment to addressing social issues through music. Throughout it all, Michael remained driven by a desire to be perfect, often pushing himself to the brink to meet his own high standards. His childhood struggles, loneliness, the pressure from his father, and the loss of a normal life shaped much of who he was. Yet, these hardships also fueled his artistry, giving him a depth and emotional resonance that connected with fans worldwide. Michael Jackson's rise was not just about talent. It was about overcoming pain, persevering through challenges, and changing the face of popular music forever. His story is a testament to the power of passion, resilience, and the pursuit of dreams, even in the face of adversity. Michael Jackson's life and career were not only marked by groundbreaking success and incredible talent, but also by a series of scandals and legal battles that cast long shadows over his legacy. These controversies began to surface publicly in the early 1990s and continued to affect Jackson for the rest of his life, shaping public perception and creating an ongoing debate that still echoes today. The first major scandal erupted in 1993 when Michael was accused of child sexual abuse by a 13-year-old boy named Jordan Chandler. This shocking accusation sent waves of disbelief and fear across the world. The Jackson family, his fans, and many within the entertainment industry found themselves caught in a whirlwind of emotions: shock, sympathy, and confusion. The allegations were serious and highly publicized, bringing intense scrutiny to Jackson's private life. Michael's relationship with Jordan had initially appeared warm and friendly. Jordan and his family were even invited to Neverland Ranch, a sprawling estate that Michael had built to resemble a private amusement park and refuge. But the situation took a dark turn when Jordan's biological father, Evan Chandler, suddenly demanded millions of dollars from Michael, threatening to destroy his career if his demands were not met. The tension escalated quickly, leading Michael to hire private investigators to get to the bottom of the accusations. Despite Jordan's denial during a direct questioning, the situation spiraled as legal representatives presented a psychiatrist's opinion suggesting reasonable suspicion of abuse. Evan Chandler pressed forward, filing a civil lawsuit seeking $30 million, 0 cents. Michael, maintaining his innocence, refused to settle initially and countersued for extortion. The case quickly became a media frenzy, dominating headlines worldwide. Police conducted extensive investigations, searching Michael's properties for evidence. Hundreds of children who had spent time with Jackson were interviewed, and none reported any inappropriate behavior. 2 art books showing images of boys in various states of undress were found, but Jackson claimed no knowledge of them and denied ever seeing the books. Despite these efforts, the criminal case never moved forward due to insufficient evidence. However, the civil case took a toll. Faced with immense legal pressure and a desire to avoid a prolonged battle, Michael settled in early 1994 for approximately $15 million, 0 cents, a decision made without admission of guilt. The settlement did not prevent criminal prosecution but effectively ended the civil lawsuit. Even after the case closed, the allegations left scars on Michael's reputation and personal life, with public opinion deeply divided. The impact of the 1993 scandal was profound. Michael canceled the remaining dates on his Dangerous World tour and ended lucrative endorsement deals, notably with Pepsi. He retreated somewhat from the public eye, burdened by the emotional and physical stress. This period saw a significant increase in his reliance on prescription medications to manage pain and anxiety, setting a pattern that would affect his health in the years to come. Yet the controversies did not end there. In 2003, fresh accusations arose following the release of a British documentary titled Living with Michael Jackson. The film showed Michael holding hands with a 12-year-old boy and openly discussing sharing a bed with children, which outraged the public. The documentary sparked a new wave of intense scrutiny and suspicion, leading Santa Barbara authorities to formally charge Michael Jackson with 7 counts of child molestation and 2 counts of providing alcohol to a minor. Jackson denied all charges, claiming the accusations were fabricated and that his relationships with children were innocent and pure. The ensuing trial, which began in early 2005, was one of the most high-profile and media-covered criminal trials in history. The courtroom drama played out on global television, with months of testimony, witness cross-examinations, and intense public interest. Throughout the trial, Michael's health and demeanor showed signs of strain. He appeared vulnerable, exhausted, and occasionally emotional, revealing the enormous pressure he faced. His defense team worked to dismantle the prosecution's case by questioning the credibility of the accuser and his family, suggesting that they had financial motives and had staged the allegations. They highlighted inconsistencies and attempted to show that the accusations were part of an elaborate plan to exploit Michael's fame. After a grueling 6-month trial, the jury delivered a verdict of not guilty on all charges in June 2005, clearing Michael Jackson of any criminal wrongdoing. While legally vindicated, the trial nonetheless deepened public division. Supporters celebrated the verdict as justice served, but critics remained skeptical, and the cloud of suspicion lingered over Michael's legacy. Beyond the courtrooms and media battles, these scandals deeply affected Michael's personal life. The emotional toll was immense, leading to increased isolation and exacerbation of his physical health problems. Since a severe burn accident during a Pepsi commercial shoot in 1984, Jackson had been dependent on painkillers. But after the scandals, his use intensified to cope with stress and physical ailments. Financially, the lawsuits and legal fees contributed to significant strain. Despite being one of the most successful entertainers ever, Michael faced mounting debts and financial difficulties. His lavish spending habits, combined with costly legal battles and reduced income from canceled tours and endorsements, placed his financial situation under severe pressure. To keep afloat, he had to use his valuable music catalog as collateral for large loans, and Neverland Ranch, his beloved home and sanctuary, was eventually closed due to financial troubles. In 2009, Michael Jackson announced a major comeback tour titled This Is It, aiming to restore his career and finances. The anticipation was enormous, with tickets selling out within hours. However, tragically, just weeks before the tour's start, Michael passed away from acute propofol intoxication, administered by his personal physician. His death shocked the world, sparking a global outpouring of grief and reflection on both his unparalleled contributions and the hardships he endured. Even after his death, the allegations resurfaced. The 2019 documentary Leaving Neverland featured 2 men who accused Michael of abuse during their childhood, renewing the controversies. The film reignited public debate, prompting some radio stations and platforms to remove his music temporarily, while others defended his legacy fiercely. Michael Jackson's estate sued HBO over the documentary, leading to ongoing legal disputes. Throughout his life and beyond, Michael Jackson's story has been a complex blend of awe-inspiring artistry and deeply troubling accusations. His influence on music, dance, and pop culture remains undeniable. Yet the shadow of scandal continues to provoke debate and reflection. The legal battles revealed not only the vulnerabilities of a global superstar, but also highlighted challenges in celebrity culture, media, and justice. Michael Jackson's journey through scandal and legal turmoil is a powerful reminder of the complexities behind fame and the human cost of public scrutiny. It challenges us to consider the fine line between belief and doubt, justice and rumor, and to reflect on how society treats those who rise to extraordinary heights and then fall under the weight of controversy. Michael Jackson's life was a story of contrasts, from his extraordinary success as the king of pop to the controversies that followed him, from the bright lights of global fame to the shadows of personal struggle. But beyond the headlines and the scandals, there lies a legacy rooted deeply in philanthropy, innovation, and an enduring influence on music, culture, and humanitarian efforts. This legacy has shaped how the world remembers Michael Jackson, far beyond the tabloid headlines and courtrooms. Michael Jackson was not just a performer. He was a global humanitarian who used his fame and fortune to make a difference in countless lives around the world. His commitment to philanthropy was profound and multifaceted. Starting early in his career, Michael understood the power of his influence and made it his mission to use that power for good. While many entertainers give back, Michael's level of charity was on a scale rarely seen before or since. Throughout his life, Michael donated hundreds of millions of dollars to various causes and charities. His giving wasn't just about writing checks, it was about active involvement. He supported efforts that addressed child welfare, health crises, poverty, and education. For example, his Heal the World Foundation, established in 1992, became a beacon for global humanitarian work. The foundation focused on providing food, medicine, and aid to children in war-torn and impoverished regions, showing Michael's desire to bring hope to the world's most vulnerable. His philanthropic efforts extended beyond just his foundation. Michael consistently donated proceeds from his music and concerts to charity. One of the most famous instances was the We Are the World project in 1985, a charity single co-written by Michael and Lionel Richie. It brought together some of the biggest names in music to raise money for famine relief in Africa. The song became a cultural phenomenon and raised millions, proving Michael's ability to unite people for a cause. Michael also staged massive charity concerts that brought together fans and celebrities to support humanitarian causes. These events often blended entertainment with a call to action, inspiring people to contribute and get involved. His generosity wasn't limited to public gestures. He often gave quietly, supporting individual families, children's hospitals, and orphanages without seeking attention. His philanthropy was recognized internationally. Michael Jackson received numerous humanitarian awards, and even U.S. presidents acknowledged his contributions. Ronald Reagan, George H.W. Bush, and Bill Clinton all publicly praised him for his commitment to causes such as anti-drug campaigns and support for underprivileged children. These acknowledgments highlighted how Michael's impact reached beyond entertainment into global social issues. Yet Michael's legacy as a philanthropist was inseparable from his work as an artist. He revolutionized music and popular culture in ways that still resonate today. His creativity and innovation set new standards for performance, music videos, and artistic expression. The Thriller album, released in 1982, is not only the best-selling album of all time, but also a cultural milestone. The music video for the title track introduced cinematic storytelling and special effects that transformed how music was experienced. This influence continues to inspire artists across genres and generations. His dance moves, such as the moonwalk, became iconic symbols of pop culture and are still celebrated worldwide. Michael's dedication to perfection and his passion for his craft set him apart. He pushed boundaries in fashion, choreography, and music production, collaborating with legendary producers and musicians. His impact on the music industry is immeasurable, from the way albums are produced to how artists connect with their audiences visually and emotionally. The influence Michael Jackson holds today is also evident in the way new artists cite him as a major inspiration. Stars across genres, pop, R&B, hip-hop, credit Michael with shaping their music and performances. His unique blending of styles and his ability to reach global audiences paved the way for future musicians to cross cultural and musical boundaries. Despite the controversies that surrounded him, Michael's musical genius and philanthropic heart continue to inspire millions. His message of love, unity, and healing echoes in his songs and public statements. Tracks like Man in the Mirror, Heal the World, and Earth Song carry powerful calls for social change and personal responsibility, reflecting his deep concern for humanity and the planet. Michael's enduring influence is also visible in charitable organizations and events inspired by his example. Many musicians and celebrities follow in his footsteps, combining their artistry with activism and philanthropy. His legacy has helped to normalize and encourage the idea that fame carries a responsibility to contribute positively to society. In the years since his death, Michael Jackson's legacy has faced challenges but has never lost its core power. His estate has worked to protect his artistic contributions and continue his philanthropic missions. The posthumous releases of his music and related projects keep his work alive for new generations to discover and appreciate. At the same time, discussions about his life often balance the complexities of his personal struggles with the tremendous good he achieved. Fans and scholars alike explore how his art and activism were intertwined with the challenges he faced. This nuanced understanding helps to humanize Michael Jackson, seeing him as a flawed but deeply committed artist and humanitarian. Michael Jackson's legacy is also a reminder of the complexities of celebrity culture. His life story illustrates how extraordinary talent can be both a gift and a burden. The pressures of fame, the scrutiny, and the expectations create environments where personal and public lives collide in difficult ways. Yet, through it all, Michael sought to give back and to use his platform for the greater good.